So today we are going to continue with the workplace psychology, and we are going to our top of the pyramid of the Maslow's pyramid, which is the self-actualization. So are we as maintenance self-actualized? So self-actualization, one of the key roles of self-actualization, or one of the key aspects of self-actualization, is to be creative, to have goals to reach, to have your special ways to reach your goals, and you can make a good thing out of anything. So you are creative in handling the tasks you are doing. You have some curiosity, you are eager to do, and that's how you are creative. And when you are creative, then you had reached the top of Maslow's pyramid, which is self-actualization, and this opens the door for well-being and for maturity in work and for many other things. So, but we need to understand, really, is maintenance management a creative role? It is, and we are going to emphasize on this and show why we sometimes can't get it, because our box of maintenance management is full of ideas, is full of creative ideas. Just we need to be aware of it. But why we are not aware of it, that's where we are going to see in this article, or in this video about this article. We are going to see how and why we are not aware of our tricks, of our creativity, of the good job that we are doing, and that actually we are at the top in the maintenance management. We are on the top of the self-actualization or the Maslow's pyramid, but sometimes we can't know it, and not knowing it decreases our self-confidence, or would not allow us to the level that we need to reach about self-confidence. First, we start by an article from Scientific American. And Scientific American made an article about Maslow's pyramid and self-actualization, and it said, what does it mean to be self-actualized in the 21st century, and how to link the ideas of Maslow's, which was in the 70s, to the current day, or the nowadays ideas, how to reach it, to link it to our daily life, and how to interpret it in a proper way. So they had, out of the 93 points that Maslow's writings were judging self-actualization against, they had selected 10 characteristics of self-actualization, and one of the 10 characteristics, they are the creative spirit. Example of the creative spirit, that you have generally a creative spirit that touches everything you do. So you have some creativity in you, and whatever you do is touching this creativity. Overall, self-actualization was related to higher levels of stability and ability to protect your highest level of goals from disruptions and distracting by impulses and thoughts. So we had spoken about this in many articles before, and that our thoughts, and there are always distractions from our thoughts, needs to protect us, or from the environment around us. There's a lot of noise and a lot of requests and so on, and handling them in not the proper way, or not in the best way, will distract us from our goals. And when we are distracted from our goals, this puts down a little bit our creativity, because we cannot focus. You can be creative when you focus on your goals. And self-actualization will open the doors, the ones who scores high at self-actualization, which is inherent in the maintenance management. They have the options to have well-being, they have life satisfaction, curiosity in the life, which opens new doors for you, and self-acceptance, positive relationships, environmental mastery. You are controlling your environment, not your environment is controlling you, because you are aware of the distractions from your environment. Then you will go on personal growth, on authenticity and autonomy, and you can reach your purpose in life. We had a link for this lecture and for the Scientific American lecture in the description box. You will find both of them, and then you can reach them and read more and reach high on your self-actualization. So, but first we need to understand what is the literal definition of creativity. If you remember, we had spoken before in our videos and in our articles about that in the maintenance management, you are in an intermediate level between the shop floor or your team, which is working on the shop and their needs, and between the requests from the organization and the policies and the strategies of the organization. And you need to play this critical role between these two parties. And to play this role, you need to be creative in playing this role. So by Merriam-Webster definition, it is creativity. It is the quality of being creative. That's someone who get around conventional limits. Collins Dictionary gives a little bit elaborations on it. It is the ability to transcend means to go higher with the traditional ideas, rules, patterns, relationships, something like that, and to create meaningful new ideas, forms, methods, interpretations. Originally, you are original with this, and you have a lot of imagination that pushes you forward. So that's the need of creative in modern industry. So you creative in performing arts. Many of the modern industry and the modern manufacturing includes a lot of arts in it, includes a lot of creativity in it, especially with Industry 4 and with the digital transformation that we are going to touch in the coming period. So how to relate creativity to our daily activities? So maintenance in general and or management in general, and maintenance management especially, needs to create some creative solutions for different situations or for difficult situations. So that implicitly includes creativity. So there are a lot of dynamicity, or a lot of you are dynamic in your role when you are in the maintenance management or maintenance supervision or maintenance, even working in the maintenance. So there's a lot of dynamic, there's a lot of changes, and you need to manage these changes so you can reach your goal, to finish the task in hand, to finish the tasks you are supervising, and to finish all the maintenance roles as a manager. I found this illustration is very representative. It's always hard and critical while you are trying to reach your goals, while balancing between your maintenance team and your organization goals. So the external also business environment is changing. Your equipment is aging, and you need to find ways to maintain your team, and or to maintain that, which is your highest assets. So you need to maintain your teams. Then you need to maintain your equipment against aging and technology changes and upgrades and so on. And you need always to have some creative ideas to manage to all this. So when you are creative, then you have self-actualization, because that's one of the keys to self-actualization and one of the points that proves that you are having, or in the top of the pyramid, you are having some self-actualization. So if you only try to be creative and to have curiosity and to to make new ideas and so on, so you are pushing yourself up to the self-actualization level, which is the top of the Maslow's pyramid or the hierarchy of needs. But unfortunately, sometimes we don't see the creativity in our maintenance role or in management role, because there's a lot of doing. There's a lot of doing, and the system is taking us away from focusing on the good things that we had done and so on. So like this, we are always focused on doing the things, on running after the things. We are not focusing on the good things or the creative things we are doing. So we need to relax and stop for some time and reflect on what we had done, how creative we had done, how problems we had solved, how the critical situations we had managed to pass through. Even when you put a system, which is one of the solutions to go out of this rumbling life of the maintenance, that you put some solutions or system, and then you monitor the systems while running and while it's solving, and you upgrade the system. Like this, you take yourself from inside the speedy cycle of doing the maintenance to the supervision or to the monitoring point of view. Also, we had shared a lot of information in our articles and in our videos before about the techniques that we can use to slow down our ideas, from 5 steps we had used, and how to shift your thought and so on. So you find the links for these articles and for these videos. Before we finish, before we summarize, we need to speak tell you that we have a lot of wealth of information in our maintenance trainings on Udemy, and there's a lot of sales nowadays on it. And you have our services for coaching and solving maintenance problems on Fiverr. So you can even join our services in them. So to summarize, so it is helpful to feel that you are creative, that when you feel that you are creative, you have self-confidence in your abilities and what you can do. And when you have self-confidence, the next time when you are making your choices, and the next time when you are solving a problem, you are having a higher confidence, you are making better solutions, better selections, and better choices in life and in work and in solving the problems. You are working through the problems by default, by nature. It's not hard to you, and things and well-being will go further. So now you are sure that while you are managing your maintenance, you have a creative role, and while having a creative role and while you are creative, you are on the top of Maslow's pyramid. So I hope this article and this video had brought you some insights about the maintenance. Join our trainings, our Fiverr services, join the channel, spread the information. See you in coming insights from Simple Ways for Maintenance.